the impact going to be on the other person? And you don't think about that much, do you? You think about that there's a wrong that needs to be corrected. You don't really think about the experience of the person being corrected.
A little.
Yeah, very little.
I try, well, I mean, quickly.
Yeah. And then second, to engage people in a way that protects or enhances their self-esteem. Third, you got to find a better way to be assertive. There's a difference between assertiveness and aggressiveness. In assertiveness, you're protecting your rights. With aggressiveness, you're protecting your rights and you're stepping on someone else's rights. It really comes down to just having empathy, warmth, and genuineness. Genuineness means you can tell them the truth.
Oh, I do.
But you can do it with empathy and you can do it with warmth. There's a way to do that where when you leave, they feel better about themselves than when you got there. Wouldn't that be a better legacy than what you do?
Well, I think there's also levels. It wasn't right off the bat I started going, well, you're just a lousy waitress and you just need to go back to waitress school and blah, blah, blah. I didn't do that. I usually ask them, they're like, well, how long have you been working here? Oh, I've been here for 3 years. Well, then after 3 years, I think you would know. And well, you're still doing the same thing here? Okay.
He tends to make comments that he thinks are funny,
Well,
and no one else will interpret as funny. He's not usually trying to be mean. It just comes off that way to normal people.
That's the problem about empathy. If you're making a joke and you're the only one laughing,
yeah.
That's a clue. That's a clue that maybe, because a lot of humor has a sharp edge to it, right?
Right.
And if it's always somebody else bleeding, then it may be that you're hurting other people's feelings. You know, I made a joke when they came out, because everybody was laughing. They came out here to brush my hair. Look, hair and makeup for a guy from Texas is a hard thing to do. I admit I have thinning hair. I actually made a joke about that, but the joke was at my expense.
And I do that.
I didn't joke about you.
And I can take it as well as the next guy. I have no problem. You can beat on me, and if it's a humorous part, I'll take it. I'll giggle right along with you.
But everybody's not that way, and this isn't always about you. You know, maybe I need to work on that empathy step a little bit, and like telling, what did you say to that waitress when she brought your food too soon? What did you say to her?
You know, it's one of those common things that happens. I can't not exactly remember, but I'm sure it was something along the lines as, you know, are your feet broken, or, you know.
What is a way, if I was the waiter that was taking care of you on that situation and you were unhappy, how could you have said that to me in a way that actually did help me instead of demeaned me?
I'm not insulting her facial features or her hair or her body. I mean, just how she's working.
How could you say that to me?
Is there, try to say it in a nice way? I guess, is there a problem in the kitchen? Are y'all short-handed, or? That's not nice enough? Do your legs hurt? I don't.
You can see it's something that just goes on and on and on, and everyone I know.
Sarcasm is the lowest form of humor.
Well, see, I don't find that being sarcasm.
Well, are your legs broken? Yes, my legs are broken.
But I just rephrased that.
I drugged myself over here to give you your... Oh. We're in a restaurant, and we're getting really bad service, which it happens. And, you know, I'll kind of survey around, and if things are really busy, because, you know, if you put yourself in somebody else's position, you might recognize, you know what? They are shorthanded. I will always say something like, boy, they need to give you some roller skates tonight, because they got you running really, really hard, don't they? And she'll go, oh, yeah, somebody didn't show up, and I'm so sorry. I said, don't worry about it. I know you're really busy. I bet you we get the best service in the restaurant the entire time, because I take a moment to acknowledge you're obviously in a bad spot here, and it's not like I'm starving. You know, I can feed off my body here for a while. So I know that, and so I try to kind of get in it with them. You know, we're in this together. I got it. Don't worry about it. You really want to improve a situation, just consider an alternative, will you?
Please.
I'll think harder.
Just think about it. As we go through the rest of the show, listen to this, and I'm going to see how you think about all this.
Right.
All right, we're going to change the subject here a little bit. Coming up, a woman who says she always interrupts conversations because what she has to say, just quite frankly, is more important than the crap everybody else is saying. We'll be right back.